It's Wednesday. We're back with another episode of Bothered, my tiny little podcast about things that really bother me, including microaggressions and other things. Like this week, it has to do with the mental load. The mental load of women, wives, and mothers. Very recent story from when I was recently on tour. That's the reason I'm holding up a knife right now. You'll see there's a tie-in. Hope you enjoy. Hello, it's me, Julie Kim. Welcome to Bothered, my little podcast about being bothered. Every week I share short stories.
Living like this, I might lose it.
They're mostly real situations that have happened to me. You wouldn't believe some of them, or maybe you would. Maybe you can relate.
Living like this, I might lose it.
I hope you had a good week. I had a good week. I worked a lot. I have been on tour with the Rick Mercer Stand Up for Comedy Tour, and we did like 7 shows last week, and I wasn't home. I missed my family, but I'll tell you what I didn't miss: the fucking mental load. It traveled to meet me, though, and here's one story that you will probably be appalled at. I mean, this is something I shared a bit on social media, and people were like, what? This happened? So it was Friday. I was in Ottawa, about 4,000 kilometers and a 3-hour time zone difference away. I am literally getting ready to perform at one of the most beautiful venues in the country. It's the National Arts Centre in Ottawa. It's gigantic. It's red. There's lights. It's so formal. I even dressed up for it, okay? And I don't like to dress up for stand-up comedy. I wore heels, okay? I'm getting ready in my personal green room with lights, you know, those show lights. Oh, I love those. And I get a text message from my husband. What did it say? Did it say, "Good luck, honey. I'm proud of you for all the hard work you've done in your career, blah, blah, blah"? No, he doesn't say, "Excuse me," or "Sorry to bother you." He just wrote, "I can't find the pizza wheel cutter." That's it. And I wrote, "Oh no," that's sarcasm, by the way. "Oh no, I'm about to do a show at the National Arts Centre in Ottawa." And then I sent him a very short video, basically implying that I'm doing something more important. My husband's not a stupid man. He wrote back and he said, "Wow." And then he left it at that because he knew what I actually meant was, leave me the fuck alone right now, please. And this, my friends, is a prime example of the mental load and how it haunts women, even if they're on a stand-up comedy tour on the other side of the country. I don't know what he thought. I don't know if he thought, oh, maybe there's an area in our kitchen that I don't know about. Maybe my wife keeps the pizza cutter wheel. Is that what he called it? It's just called a pizza cutter or a wheel, I think. I don't know. Maybe he thought I hide it. Maybe he thought that I hide it when I'm gone. Maybe he thought there's a part of the kitchen that I know about that he does not know about. Maybe he thought I just had ideas that he did not have at the time. Women know that this is a thing that their male partners do. The mental load is such a big thing. Everybody's talking about the mental load when it comes to food. Like, I order all the food. Although I will say I know how to get the deals. I know the coupon codes. I don't want to pay full price for a lot of things, especially toilet paper. I will never pay full price for toilet paper. I would rather go to a coffee shop and get a few squares from the bathroom. And I think I would buy something, but I would rather take a few squares from the bathroom to last me until the next day and then go somewhere else to buy toilet paper on sale. I do buy a lot of the things. And when I'm away, I actually order all the food for my family because I just can do it. And this is how you fall into the trap. I mean, you just subscribe to the idea that you're better at it, or your husband at some point says, well, I can't do it. And then you're just like, let me do it, you idiot. And then you do it. And I've seen my girlfriends do this many times over for everything. One very popular thing that most wives do that their husbands don't do is do the social coordination, certainly the calendaring. I put everything in our shared family calendar. Still, my husband wakes up some days and he's like, what day is it? We have nothing today, right? Even though we've got 5 fucking things. All the birthdays of our family and friends are in there. every single time my in-laws, his parents, have had birthdays or we've had special occasions, I have bought the presents. And then he gets the thanks and he gets the credit. And you know what? I don't give a shit. I do. Obviously, I give a shit. The other thing that I do, and I don't want to turn this into a giant rant, but I do feel like venting a little bit right now, is that I have signed my daughter up for every single school program, after school program, lunchtime program, and summer camps. Certainly summer camps. I mean, summer camps are very difficult to get into, especially the good ones. I could tell my husband, hey, sign up at the community center is at 8:00 on this day in 2 weeks. Can you take care of it? And then he'll be like, what? And then in that time, I have signed up for the camps. I just do a lot of that. This is a thing that happens to a lot of women. I mean, if you don't have kids, maybe you will understand from your own life experience. You had parents. Was your mom busy? Was she stressed? Was your mom a bitch? I'll tell you why. It was because of your dad, probably, and the mental load, the mental fucking load. And I'll tell you how I fight back against the mental load. I give my husband the physical load and a little bit of a spiteful mental load also. When he asks me, like, what are we doing on Saturday? I'll be like, oh, we're doing this and this. And then I'll say, where is that again? Can you map how far it is? Or like if I'm doing something in the kitchen and he's like on the couch on his phone, which is my least favorite way to see him ever, I'll just shout, hey, can you grab this bowl for me? I don't need a bowl. I can fucking reach it. But you know what? I'm getting back at him for not taking on the mental load by taking on the physical load. Like a donkey, a beast of burden. And he is good in that way. He is good in that way. He does all the school drop-offs and pickups and from camps and everything like that. And he is cooking with meal prep kits and stuff like that. So maybe it is just our situation that I am the one that is the thinker and thinks things through and he executes. Sort of like I'm the, executive, I'm the CEO and he is the worker, and it works out okay for most people. Except when you fucking ask me when I'm across the country doing a professional stand-up comedy gig at like a really fancy place. He didn't even ask me, actually. He didn't even ask me. He just said, I can't find the pizza wheel cutter. I'm home now. I came home from tour. I'm here for about 72 hours. And one of the first things I did was go into the kitchen to find the pizza cutter wheel, or pizza wheel cutter as he called it. And guess what? I did not find it. I don't know where it is. But guess what I did find? This very sharp Henkel knife. I believe it's a Santoku knife. I actually have a lot of Santoku knives because I remember when I first became an adult and started learning about knives, everybody was saying that the perfect generic utility knife was the Santoku knife. And I thought, oh, that's all I need to know. So I bought like 5 of these and all I have is Santoku knives, as well as one really big bread knife that I also use for tomatoes and other things that need a serrated cutting edge, because that's enough. That's enough for me. Anyways, now I've got this knife and I'm going to use it to cut something. Maybe the patriarchy. I don't know. Is this really a big deal? Yeah, I think it's a big deal. I mean, he didn't even say, honey, I'm sorry to bother you. I know you're busy. He knew I was busy. I can't find the pizza cutter wheel. But no, I don't think there's any nice way to say it where you're not imposing on my day and negatively impacting the important work that I'm doing for our family. I mean, we do write random things to each other all the time for jokes and just for fun. So I guess that's okay. Maybe he was just sharing with me one of his foils for the day. Ha ha, I couldn't find the pizza wheel cutter or whatever the hell he called it. And then I'd be like, ha ha. Look again, or haha, we'll get another one. I think because it was a household thing, I interpreted it as a reason for divorce. No, I'm kidding. I interpreted it as, a domestic male-female mental load thing. I guess if he randomly texted, because they watched Friday night, pizza and movie is a thing. They watched Superman. Maybe he could have just texted Superman is funny. I wouldn't have thought of that as an invasion on my day or a mark against my feminism, I guess. But I'm pretty sure he told me he couldn't find the pizza wheel cutter because he wanted to know where it is. thus making more heavy the mental load, because now I had to take a statement and turn it into a question before I got very annoyed at it. I don't think I was like that annoyed, but that times like 100 every day for a lot of women is a problem. Maybe you don't have kids. Maybe you don't understand. Maybe you do understand because you have a male partner and he does this even if you don't have kids. I don't think my husband would have randomly said, were I home, I can't find the pizza wheel cutter. And then I would have been like, that's too bad, from the bedroom, right? No, it's clearly a call for help. So anyways, if anybody wants to send me a pizza wheel cutter, I'd be glad to receive it. In fact, you know what I used to have? That pizza wheel cutter. Is this menacing? Should I not be doing this? Oh, sorry. I'm holding up the knife. Producer saying not to do that. So now we need another pizza wheel cutter because clearly we can't find ours and we need it on a weekly basis because we do pizza every week. So now we have to go buy one. No, we're not going to go buy one. I am not going to take part in this because this is the physical load. My husband's going to go out and buy a new pizza wheel cutter. I'm going to tell him right now. Thanks for listening to this week's episode of Bothered. I continue to be on the road with the Rick Mercer Stand Up for Canada tour. These shows have been amazing. I love this country. We've had some very special guests come to the shows, Canadian celebrities and politicians. We've played some of the most beautiful venues across the country. I am so grateful. I love this opportunity, and I've just loved meeting people from across the country. Did I say across the country? Yes, I did. From across the country. I look forward to the second part of the tour.
Living like this, I might lose it.